I want you to think back to a very specific moment in your life. You are sitting across from someone. It could be your romantic partner. It could be your boss. Or maybe it's a complete stranger. You are talking. You are explaining yourself. You are pouring your energy, your emotions, and your vulnerability onto the table, desperately trying to connect. And then you notice it. They aren't responding. They aren't nodding. They aren't even angry. Anger has a heartbeat. Anger has a soul. Anger is human. But this is a void. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes, searching for a human connection, and realized that nobody is home? It feels as though you are staring into an empty, abandoned house, but you have this terrifying, creeping sensation that from deep inside that dark room, something is watching you, and it is studying you, not as a human being, but as prey. In that split second, your chest tightens, your throat goes dry, your hands begin to tremble, your words start to stumble. A primordial, ancient alarm goes off in your brain, screaming at you danger. But there is no weapon, there is no shouting, there is no physical threat. There is only the dead gaze. Welcome to Psychological Dark Secrets. Today, we are descending into one of the darkest, most devastating, and unspoken weapons of emotional manipulation ever designed by the human mind: subtle intimidation through the dead gaze. If you have ever felt that cold chill run down your spine when someone looked at you with absolute nothingness, do not look away, because by the end of this documentary, you will finally understand exactly who has been using this against you. You will understand their dark psychology, and most importantly, you will learn how to look back into the abyss and make it terrified of you. Prepare your mind. Let us descend into the dark. To understand why the dead gaze paralyzes your mind, we must strip away the illusions of the modern world and go back millions of years into human evolution. Deep inside your brain, there is a tiny, almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. It is your ultimate, ancient survival radar. It doesn't understand language. It doesn't care about logic. It only understands one language: life or death. As human beings, we are biologically wired to survive through connection. We possess what neurologists call mirror neurons. When you smile, the person across from you naturally softens their face. When you show distress, their eyes show empathy. We subconsciously search the faces of others for micro-expressions: a twitch of the lip, a narrowing of the eyes, a blink. This is called limbic resonance. It is how our brain silently confirms, "I am safe. This is a fellow human." But the dead gaze violently hacks this biological system. When a manipulator locks you in a dead gaze, they intentionally shut down all micro-expressions. They completely relax the muscles around their eyes, the orbicularis oculi. They drop their blink rate drastically. A normal human blinks 15 to 20 times a minute. The predator drops this to almost zero. When your brain scans their face for empathy and finds an emotional vacuum, it bypasses your logical thinking entirely. It sends a massive, silent emergency signal straight to your amygdala. Your brain screams, "Predator." Think about it. In the natural world, what kind of creature stares at you with absolute, unblinking stillness, feeling zero emotion? An apex predator. Right before it strikes. You are not intimidated because you are weak. You are intimidated because your biology is screaming that the creature sitting across from you is about to consume you. The dead gaze is the ultimate psychological assassination. By giving you zero emotional feedback, they are silently communicating the most devastating message one human can send to another. You do not matter. Your emotions do not affect me. You are beneath my reaction. And without realizing it, you submit. You start over-explaining. You nervous laugh. You desperately try to fill the silence. You defeat yourself, while they do absolutely nothing but sit back and watch you drown. Take a deep breath. If you are listening to this right now, and a specific face just flashed into your mind, If your heart is beating a little faster because you remember the exact cold sweat that ran down your spine when they looked at you this way, I want you to know something. You are not crazy. Your fear was real. You were subjected to invisible psychological warfare. If this video is putting words to the pain you couldn't explain, I need you to hit the like button right now. It tells the algorithm to push this video to other victims who are suffering in silence. And subscribe to Psychological Dark Secrets. Turn on the notification bell. By doing this, you are joining a global community of survivors who refuse to walk blindly in the dark anymore. Leave a comment below. Tell me your story. Who used the dead gaze on you? Your comment might be the exact validation someone else needs to read tonight. Let's pull back the mask on the monsters hiding in plain sight. Who is capable of turning off their humanity so effortlessly? While a normal person might blank out from exhaustion, the weaponized dead gaze belongs to the masters of the Dark Triad, the psychopath, the narcissist, and the Machiavellian. Let's step into their dark minds. First, we have the corporate Machiavellian, the power play. Imagine you are in a high-stakes meeting. You pitch an idea, or perhaps you finally gather the courage to ask your toxic boss for a raise. You lay out your facts. You finish speaking, and they just lean back. They interlock their fingers, and they hit you with the dead gaze. The silence stretches. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. The silence becomes so heavy, so suffocating, that you start backtracking. You say, I can negotiate. Or maybe it's not the right time. They didn't argue. They didn't say no. They simply used nothingness to project absolute invulnerability. They became a black hole, sucking all the light and confidence out of the room, forcing you to lower your own worth. Second, the covert narcissist, the stare of erasure. This is the most painful one. You are having an argument with your partner. You are crying. You are explaining how much their lies hurt you. You are begging for a shred of empathy, a simple apology, and they look at you as if they are watching a boring television show. That dead gaze in a romantic relationship is calculated emotional starvation. It silently tells you, your pain is a joke to me. Your tears are pathetic. It drives victims to the edge of insanity. It is gaslighting without a single spoken word. And finally, we reach the darkest corner of the Dark Triad. The true psychopath. For the psychopath, the dead gaze isn't just a manipulation trick. It is their baseline reality. They possess a severe neurological deficit in experiencing empathy. When they look at you, they do not see a human being with a soul. They see a puzzle to be solved, an object to be consumed. When a psychopath stares at you with dead eyes, it feels like an autopsy while you are still breathing. They are dissecting your fears, watching you squirm, and calculating exactly how to dismantle your life. But you do not have to take my word for it. To truly understand the devastating reality of this psychopathic gaze, we do not need to look at abstract theories. We only need to open the darkest files of human history. Let us examine the mind of one of the most notorious serial killers to ever walk the earth. Ted Bundy. To the public, Ted Bundy did not look like a monster. He used a flawless, charismatic mask of sanity to lure over 30 young women to their brutal deaths. He was incredibly charming, handsome, and highly educated. He smiled. He laughed. He mimicked human empathy to absolute perfection. But those who were closest to him, those who accidentally slipped behind his mask in the dark, documented a terrifying physiological phenomenon. Criminal psychologists refer to it as the psychopathic shift. To understand the pure horror of this gaze, we must look at the testimony of the woman who shared his life, completely unaware of the monster sleeping beside her. Elizabeth Kendall was Bundy's longtime girlfriend. She loved him deeply, but in her deeply unsettling 1981 memoir, titled The Phantom Prince: My Life with Ted Bundy, she revealed the dark truth about his eyes. She documented specific, horrifying moments when Bundy's charming mask would suddenly drop. She described waking up in the dead of the night, in absolute pitch blackness, only to find him sitting up in bed beside her. Not moving, not speaking, just staring at her. There was no anger on his face, no sadness, no recognizable human emotion whatsoever. Elizabeth wrote that looking into his eyes in those moments felt like looking down into a bottomless black well. It triggered a primal suffocating panic inside her chest. The man she loved was entirely gone. She described the thing looking back at her in the dark, not as a human being, but as an entity. She didn't know it at the time, but she was experiencing the pure, unfiltered dead gaze. It was her ancient biological intuition screaming at her that she was in the presence of an apex predator. But Elizabeth was not the only one to witness this demonic transformation. John Henry Brown, Ted Bundy's criminal defense attorney, spent hundreds of hours locked in small, windowless interrogation rooms with him. In his own memoir, titled The Devil's Defender, Brown revealed the physical, biological reality of Bundy's stare. Brown described that during tense conversations, without any physical warning, the atmospheric temperature in the room literally felt like it dropped. Bundy's facial muscles would go entirely slack. His blink rate would drop to absolute zero, and his eyes, which were normally a bright, expressive blue, would appear to turn completely, entirely, pitch black. Scientifically, a human being's eyes do not miraculously change color. What John Henry Brown and Elizabeth Kendall were witnessing was a massive, predatory pupil dilation. When a true psychopath drops their human act and their predatory instinct takes over, their sympathetic nervous system reacts with a massive dump of adrenaline. Their pupils dilate so widely, so aggressively to take in every single detail of their prey, that the colorful iris is entirely swallowed by the black void of the pupil. He was not looking at them to communicate. He was looking at them to calculate. When a manipulator in your everyday life locks you in the dead gaze, you are not experiencing a normal human interaction. You may not be sitting across from a serial killer, but your biology doesn't know that. You are experiencing the exact moment a predator calculates whether you are useful to them, or if you are simply prey. They are watching you squirm. They are dissecting your fears, and they are destroying your mind without ever lifting a single finger. The true damage of the dead gaze does not end when you walk out of the room. It infects your mind. It alters your brain chemistry. When you are subjected to this subtle intimidation over time, you enter a perpetual state of freeze and fawn. You become hyper-vigilant. You start walking on eggshells. You obsessively scan their face every second of the day, terrified of triggering that soul-crushing emptiness again. You stop sharing your dreams. You stop expressing your anger. You shrink yourself down into a tiny, invisible box, just to avoid the unbearable weight of their silent judgment. You lose your identity. You start believing that you are too loud, too emotional, too dramatic. You exhaust your own soul trying to prove you are human to someone who has already decided you are not. But here's the darkest secret of all. The secret they pray you never figure out. The person giving you the dead gaze, the person who seems so powerful, so untouchable, so godlike, is actually a coward. A manipulator's power is an illusion. It only exists if you believe in it. They use the empty stare to hide their own internal emptiness. It is a theatrical performance hiding a deeply insecure, fragile ego. So, how do you strip a predator of their favorite weapon? You do not fight the void. You short-circuit it. Rule number 1, never, ever feel the silence. When they lock you in the dead gaze, your instinct will scream at you to talk. Bite your tongue. Silence is only awkward if you accept the burden of it. Let the silence hang in the air. Let it become heavy. Make them carry the weight of the awkwardness. Become perfectly comfortable in the quiet. When you refuse to panic, their weapon becomes useless. Rule number 2, the nose bridge shield. Looking into their empty, dark pupils is what triggers your amygdala. So, do not look into their eyes. Instead, look exactly at the bridge of their nose, right between their eyebrows. To them, It looks like unbreakable, confident eye contact. But to your brain, you are no longer looking at a terrifying predator. You are just looking at a boring piece of skin. It instantly drops your heart rate and protects your nervous system. Rule number 3, the micro smile of pity. This is the ultimate destroyer of a narcissist's ego. When they hit you with the cold, empty stare, waiting for you to crumble, tilt your head slightly. Give them a very faint, barely noticeable half smile. Not a happy smile. A smile that says, I see exactly what you are trying to do, and honestly, it is pathetic. Then, look at your watch, or check your phone. Completely dismiss their attempt to control the room. When a predator realizes that the prey is not panicking, but is actually amused by them, the predator's illusion of dominance shatters. They will break eye contact first. They always do. Intimidation does not always wear a terrifying mask. It doesn't always scream or break things. The most dangerous monsters in this world are quiet, and they try to destroy you silently, just by looking at you. But you have the power. Your mind is your sanctuary. Never let a manipulator turn your mind into their personal hunting ground. But let me leave you with one final, deeply unsettling thought. As you learn to fight the monsters, as you learn to weaponize your own silence and harden your emotions to protect yourself, the next time you walk past a mirror, take a long, deep look into your own eyes. Make sure the dead gaze hasn't become your own. If this journey into the abyss gave you the answers you have been searching for, prove it. Leave the word unbreakable in the comments below, so I know exactly who survived to the very end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Psychological Dark Secrets and like this video to help others wake up from the nightmare. Protect your mind, trust your instincts, and never let anyone's silence dictate your worth. Until next time, stay vigilant and never let them see you blink.